right, welcome back to another episode of That 20s Show with me, Kianu Azman. If you're new to this podcast, this is where I'll talk about different things that we go through in our 20s. I mean, let's face it, okay? This decade of being in our 20s isn't exactly the most glamorous 10 years of our lives. You know, there's going to be times where we're just going to doubt ourselves with the friendship fallouts and the relationship fallouts here and there. Oh my God, it's just so heartbreaking, like career also. And I'm inviting celebrities on this show as well because guess what, guys? We're not the only ones facing all of this nonsense, okay? Celebrities are just like us. They're all human beings as well. And on the show, in this episode, on the other side of the line, because if you're listening to this on the Shock app, you will not see this, but we have to do it via video because it is MCO right now. And I have the beautiful singer-songwriter, Bil Musa. How are you, Bil?
Hello, I'm good, Kanu. How are you?
I've been better, but coping. Okay, straight off the bat, Bil, you are currently in your 20s as well, right? You're in your late 20s, right?
Yes. I wish I wasn't, but I am.
I don't know why, but I am terbalik lah. I'm in my earlier 20s. I'm 23 this year. So as someone in my earlier 20s, I always believe that I want to be in my late 20s like you because, you know, you have your life more figured out than I do, you know. But I don't know. What can you say about that? Would you say that
Sorry to disappoint you, but I do not have my life figured out.
I want to cry.
But
I want to cry.
no, but honestly, okay, I don't have my life figured out, but it's more figured out than it was before.
Bingo.
And it's also
Bingo.
like you have a lot more experience and like I suppose wisdom from that experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess you know how to navigate life just a little bit better than last time. So it's okay lah.
So how would you say life has been different now compared to before? Like, let's say in your earlier 20s, you were very confused. Macam like, what am I feeling? You know, what are these emotions? Is it ever going to go away? And perhaps now you know how to manage them better. Yeah, how exactly has it changed?
Yeah, so I think in my earlier 20s, I was confused, but then some days it's more of like, yeah, I'm confused, but I don't really care because I have so much time. And then now it's like, I'm still kind of confused, but now I have to decide because it's like, it's getting real, you know? I'm how old am I this year? I think I'm 27 this year.
I think.
I think lah. So it's like, it started getting really scary when I was maybe last year or, you know, when I was 25 was still like, oh, okay, this is getting real. And then 26 was just like, okay, I need to stop messing about. I need to like start figuring things out.
Right.
But I'm still figuring things out.
I don't think we ever stop, Kan. I think it's a constant journey of like figuring things out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the only compensation there is that I look at people in my family or, you know, my friends or anyone that I know who are like 40, 50, and their lifestyles, their life directions are still changing. Like, you know, they change jobs and they change families sometimes.
Right.
So it's not like everyone has it figured out. So that's the only compensation I have. It's like, okay, it's okay that I don't know everything.
Yeah. And I don't know if you realize this or not, but I just had this thought. It's like when we were in our school days, every time we had issues with friends, with relationships, they didn't impact us as much as they did now. It's like, betul tak?
Correct.
It's like, it's not like we didn't have problems. It's not like we didn't have problems back then. We definitely did, but it was easier to brush off compared to now.
Yes, that is so true. I think like a lot of my relationships, especially when I was in uni, like those days, my early 20s lah, Young 2 was the worst impact on me when I lost friends or, you know, you felt like your first taste of betrayal or whatever.
Exactly.
It's not as much as it didn't impact you as much as when you were in school. So in school, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm never going to see you again. Bye, don't care.
Yeah.
You know, after that, in uni, it's just like, you lose some of your friends, you're like, oh my God, I'm sad.
I know. Okay, I don't know about you, but this is what happened to me. Like when I was in uni as well, I had my
Uh-huh.
first official friendship fallout, I would say, and that one broke my heart so much. Macam I used to see other people going through that, macam like people leave, friends change, and I was like, oh, macam here, but I felt like maybe it will not terkena dekat I kot. Tiba-tiba, when like
Yeah.
two of my closest college mates and I had this fallout, I was in denial about it at first, and that
Yeah.
I think that was my first taste of heartbreak. What about you though? What was the worst case of heartbreak in uni with friends?
Oh my God. I think I think during uni, it didn't really, well, this is sort of during my uni years, but it's not with a uni mate. It
Mm,
was just one of my friends who kind of like, I'm not going to get into it, lah, tapi,
of course.
um, he was like, we were really close. He was my best friend. And then he just did, sort of like betrayed me, but then never admitted to it, never acknowledged it, never said sorry. And that to me was like, I can forgive you, but like for you not to acknowledge whatever you did when I know that it's real, it's just like heartbreaking for me because I thought like, you were my bud,
Yeah.
like we were ride or die.
Yeah.
And then that happened. And like until now, we don't speak or anything. But it's really sad because we had a really, really tight relationship. And that was like, I think my first taste of like, ouch,
Yeah.
like relationships die.
Yeah, and especially I
Yeah.
used to think that heartbreak only comes from relationships, like romantic relationships, not with friends.
Yes.
Kan? How long did it take for you to move on
Right.
from that, by the way?
Okay, honestly, I've had relationships, like romantic relationships, that I've moved on from faster than this. And I think the reason is because the person didn't acknowledge it. I mean, okay, say sorry. Okay lah, it's a big thing to
Yeah.
apologize to someone,
It's
right?
closure. I
But
don't think you didn't get closure. That's why.
yeah, exactly. Like if he had acknowledged it, then I would have been like, okay, it's easier for me to move on. But
Mm-hmm.
now I think like I definitely moved on from it. I don't know how long it took me, but um it took me a long time to just get the bitterness out, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know how long it took me to move on. I think some days like, sometimes you think you're over it and then you see the person, you're like,
It just comes back. It comes
really?
back.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, it just comes back.
Right. So what about relationship, like romantic relationships pula? I mean, in our 20s, I think we make a lot of dumb decisions in love. Sometimes,
Oh
especially when it comes
yeah.
to cases when like, your partner is toxic, but you stay. Has that ever occurred for you?
Um I wouldn't say toxic,
Okay.
but I think there were relationships that it didn't have to be as long as it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, it just should have ended where it should have ended. But then, like because of love or
Yeah
whatever, we
lah.
kind of
It's not
held
that
on to it.
easy. It's not that easy to just say
Correct.
bye-bye.
Yes, true. Especially after it's just like a really long relationship and you're sort of like not just emotionally attached but attached in other ways as well. It's like your lifestyle sort of like revolves around that person as well. um yeah, that happened to me, but I wouldn't say it was toxic. It definitely wasn't a toxic relationship, but yeah, I
Right.
was with that person for 5 years.
Oh my God. That's not easy to
Yeah.
detach yourself from that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought, but honestly, when we broke up, it was quite surprisingly quite easy for me to just kind of let it go,
Mm-hmm,
which I
mm-hmm.
was like so shocked because when I was in the relationship, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do if like, this relationship ends? Because obviously
Yeah.
when a relationship ends,
Yeah.
it's about to end, right? So you're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I gotta mentally prepare. But then after that, it was really like, I think I just focused on myself And like, I was like, okay, I gotta be busy. I gotta work on my career. I gotta work on this, work on that. And it just sort of helped me move on a lot faster than I thought I would have.
Another thing that I want to highlight is obviously about careers as well. You even mentioned that, your career slowly took off after that and you are doing really well in music. But was there ever a point where you really doubted yourself and your singing abilities?
Oh yeah, all the time. I still do.
Why? You're Bil Musa, God.
Come on. No, I don't know. I can pinpoint an exact moment in my life when I really was gonna drop it all.
Okay.
Like, I don't think I've ever said this to anyone, like, on, in public.
Okay.
But there was, I think, in 2018 maybe. So 2017, when is end of 2017 is when I came out with my, or was it 2017? I can't remember, but
Your
it was
album
around
ke?
the time. Yeah, it was around the time just before my album came out.
Okay,
Young
your
Adults.
album came out in 2017.
Yes, end of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was around there
Okay.
that I was just like, oh my God, I don't know whether I should continue with this or just drop everything. And literally it was either the album wasn't going to come out or it was going to come out. And if the album wasn't coming out, I was just going to drop everything. And it was like, because so many things were happening.
Yeah.
That obviously I'm not going to get into, but it was like, I had to make really big decisions and it was really weighing in on me. And I had to make a lot of decisions, like financially and also emotionally, like whether this is, my thing kappa. But then when the album came out, I was like, this is my thing.